Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'll be looking today at a card game by designer R'lyeh and publisher Baka Fire called Fram R'lyeh. At least that's my approximation of Lovecraftian speak for a bidding game in which you're trying to find treasures underneath the depths of the ocean, possibly going insane in the process, as always happens with these games, but you can still win as long as you're the most insane among the whole crazy crowd. So, how does this work? Here are the components in Fram R'lyeh. You have 5 decks of bidding cards, with each deck having numbers from 4 to 15, and they're all color-coded, and each player takes 1 deck. You have 5 different trump cards, each with their own power, and you shuffle these at random, making sure to include the R'lyeh text, and each player gets 1 of them. You have the treasure cards that players are trying to acquire. They come in shallow, medium, and deep, and each of them shows on the back the range of values that you'll find among the 5 cards in this set. So these are 7 to 14, whereas the deep cards, you got 2 zeros, a 15, and 2 22s. You shuffle these, remove 1 at random from each mini deck, each depth deck, and then you shuffle all of these together. And you can shuffle them however you want. And as long as you end up with a shallow card on top, you're good. You'll lay out 2 of these to show the first 2 cards up for bid. Whatever card is on the bottom of the deck, you flip that over and that value is revealed, so everyone knows what's coming up at the end of the game. Now, whoever gets the R'lyeh text is going to be the first bidder. That player looks at this card, sees what the value is, and then places some bid on the table face up. Card from their hand. Each other player chooses a card from their hand, and then we all reveal them simultaneously, and whoever puts up the highest bid wins that card. Okay, they take this card, they look at what it is to see what they've won, and then put it on the side, and they'll be the first bidder in the next one, so they get to look at this card and then place a bid and continue. Now, one tricky aspect is whatever card you win with, it's worth that many negative points that counts against what you just won. So you definitely don't want to bid on one of the shallow cards with a 15, but this guy playing randomly off the top did just that. So you place those aside and you keep track of what you've won, but you don't reveal the treasure cards. Everyone who has not won, they flip over their card and it counts as -1 against them. And they just have a pile of -1 cards that will keep piling up in front of them until they actually win a treasure. And when they do, they cover that treasure with their bidding card, they cover all their -1 cards, and then those cards don't count against them at the end of the game. So if you win the final trick, all your -1s go away. But that only happens for one person. Everyone's going to get some negatives scattered around. You continue for 12 rounds until all the treasures have been won. You then tally up your score. So this guy's at -15 plus 7. Oh, he's at -8. He's going to have a bunch of other things too. -1s and possibly other cards won. If all players are negative, then whoever has the lowest negative total, the lowest number, wins the game. All right, they are the maddest among the bunch. If, however, at least one person is positive, then whoever has the highest positive total wins. And there's a run through Fram R'lyeh, which I played 3 times now, and a copy purchased at Tokyo Game Market. Twice with 5 players, once with 4. Not really a difference in gameplay that I've noticed. You have trick taking and bidding combined, one player leading, right? Just like leading to a trick, and then everyone else doing simultaneous bidding on top to see who wins, with the dealer breaking ties clockwise. Okay. The trump cards give you some little manipulation and some secret information on what you're doing. The person with the R'lyeh text gets to look at the 3 cards set aside at the beginning of the game, as well as the first card they deal, so they got some extra information. Another card lets you steal the bidding, and you look at a couple of cards. One trump is a 17, which wins anything, but of course hits you for -17 points. Okay. Another one lets you throw away a treasure that you won in case you realize you really did not want that. You get rid of your bidding card as well. Another one lets you take back the card you bid and do something else. You got 13 cards. You're going to use 12 of them. And a lot of the game is trying to dodge things that you think you don't want. Get rid of those high cards so you don't win some piece of garbage, right? You got to get that out of the way. You got to figure out what you're going to do. And sometimes you will just want to win tricks just so you get information and actually see things. You get some idea of what you're actually fighting for and what might be left in the deck. All right, there's some of that, all packed into a 15-20 minute game. All right, there's a run through of Fram R'lyeh.